Shapreek. I'm a nationwide practicing immigration attorney working out of my office here in New Jersey. Today, let's talk about USCIS's reopening for their field offices. So, as of the most recent update, USCIS is getting ready to reopen their field offices on June 4th, 2020, which is next week. In preparation for the reopening, they have issued a new set of guidelines for these interviews and appointments. So what I want to do today is take a look, because if you are not prepared and you don't read through these guidelines, they could cause further delay in your case. So I'm going to go ahead and put the guidelines up here for you to read. And I'll try to go through it step by step, but also just try to take a look yourself on the USCIS website as well, so that in case I've missed something, you know what to do to prepare for your oath ceremony, interview, or appointment. Okay, so let's get started. So if we open the USCIS page, it states, beginning June 4th, 2020, certain USCIS field offices and asylum offices will resume non-emergency face-to-face services to the public. Application support centers will resume services later. USCIS has enacted precautions to prevent the spread of COVID-19 in reopened facilities. So here we go. Here are the changes that you can expect. All right. Visitors may not enter a USCIS facility if they have 1. Any symptoms of COVID-19, including cough, fever, or difficulty breathing. At this point in time, it doesn't say whether they're going to take temperatures at the door, but if you do look visibly sick and have these symptoms, you could be denied entry into the building. Anyone who's been in close contact with anyone known or suspected to have COVID-19 in the last 14 days, or have been individually directed to self-quarantine or self-isolate by a healthcare provider or public health official within the last 14 days. Okay. Next, visitors may not enter the facility more than 15 minutes prior to their appointment and 30 minutes for naturalization ceremonies. So if you have an appointment with USCIS, plan to arrive early. Sometimes parking may be an issue depending on which office your case is assigned to. However, they won't let you in more than 15 minutes prior. You'll have to check with the local office. Sometimes the security lines can be quite long, whether you can wait in the security line before your appointment, or that too has to be done 15 minutes prior to the appointment time that's given to you. And if you're appearing for a naturalization ceremony, you can enter the building 30 minutes prior to the appointment time. Okay. Hand sanitizer will be provided for all visitors at entry points. Okay. Members of the public must wear facial coverings that cover both the mouth and nose when entering the facilities. If they do not have one, USCIS may provide one, or the visitor will be asked to reschedule their appointment. So a mask or a face covering will be required for anyone to enter the USCIS buildings. From what it says, it's possible that some locations may give you a face covering. However, I wouldn't run that risk. I would really ensure that you bring a mask or a face covering with you, because if you do not have one, you probably will be asked to reschedule your appointment, and you could see further delays in your case while you're waiting for your new appointment. There will also be markings and physical barriers in the facility. Visitors should pay close attention to these signs to ensure that they follow social distancing guidelines. So this is a little bit vague. We don't know exactly how the social distancing will be enforced at this point in time. We'll just have to wait and see. Individuals may also have to answer health screening questions before entering a facility. Again, so this goes back to, they may ask you if you've had any of those symptoms in the last few days, all the way to, checking your temperature before you enter the building. Individuals are encouraged to bring their own black or blue ink pens. So this is probably just to limit the interaction as far as, touching objects goes between the officer and you, or you and, someone at the desk that's signing you in. So just be sure to bring your own writing utensil. All right. So now let's go over specifically what's going to happen when you get there to the USCIS office. And so what we'll do is we'll break it down into asylum, naturalization ceremonies, and just general interviews. So these ceremonies will be done a little bit differently. They are going to go ahead and shorten these ceremonies so that the amount of time that everyone is spending in one room is lessened in an enclosed space. And again, here, the attendance will be limited to the candidates that are eligible for naturalization or who are being naturalized, and those individuals that are assisting someone with a disability. So you won't be able to, unfortunately, bring your whole family, for example, to your naturalization ceremony. You would have to go alone. All right. The next category is interviews. So again, like with the previous categories, you will receive a notice if your interview was previously canceled with a new date and time to attend. And these interviews, they're limiting the people you can bring even more. So unlike asylum, where you can bring an interpreter with you, here, if you need an interpreter for your interview, you have to make sure that the interpreter is available over the phone during the interview time. So the only people they're letting come into the building for these interviews would be any dependents listed in your case, attorney representative, and anyone that needs assistance due to disability, or a trusted adult if it's a child that's going in for the interview. Okay, so remember that your interpreter, if you're going in for an interview, for example, a marriage-based interview, cannot come with you. Just make sure they're available. Even if they come with you to the site, they can maybe wait in the car and make themselves available on the phone when you are called in for the interview. And the last category is biometrics. And you guys can just sort of read through that on your own. Like I said, this is all available on the website. So guys, please be sure to read these guidelines before you go ahead and, show up to your interview or your oath ceremony. If you don't follow these guidelines, it could really lead to some serious delays in your case. So just make sure you're prepared beforehand, and USCIS has issued this well in advance. So you'll have ample time to prepare as far as, making sure you have a face covering and, you bring your own writing utensils. So just, make a mental note of that. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. I do try to answer all the questions that I receive. And if you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more content from my page or my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a video. I do upload videos weekly, and I do try to keep you informed about the newest immigration updates. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.